So our granddaughter had graduated from elementary school. She had been in middle school for a few months, and we took her out to dinner and just wanted to check in with her and see how things were going in middle school. And she said horrible. Apparently she was being picked on or bullied. She had talked to mom, she had talked to the school, like nothing seemed to be helping the situation. It was making her middle school life really bad. So I said, well, then we need to talk to God. We need to pray about that. And she's like, okay. And I said, well, you don't seem very convinced that that's going to work. And she said, well, maybe, probably not. And I said, well, there was a story in the Bible about a little girl. We don't even know her name, but she was a maid. She was actually kidnapped from Israel and was a maid to a lady in Syria whose husband was a very high up military general. While attending her person, this commander's wife, she noticed that she was upset. And when she asked her why she was upset, the wife said, because my husband found out he has leprosy, and that's terrible. And the little maiden girl said, well, I just wish we were in Israel and not in Syria, because if he would go to see God's prophet Elijah would tell him what to do to be healed. And so sure enough, he did. He went to Israel and he went to see Elijah, and Elijah sent his servant to the door to see who it was. And when Naaman said, I'm here because I was told you could heal me, tell me what to do to be healed, the servant went and talked to Elijah and came back and told him that Elijah wanted him to wash in the Jordan River 7 times and he would be healed. And Naaman left very angry, just fit to be tied. And his servants stopped him and said, why are you so upset? He didn't do anything. He didn't pray to God. He didn't raise hands. He didn't make a big deal. You know, this is a big deal. Leprosy is horrible. And then on top of it, he wants me to wash in the Jordan. Don't we have better rivers in Syria that are cleaner to wash in? And the servants were like, well, yeah, you've got a point, but if the prophet had said to do something big and heroic, would you have done it? Well, of course, he said, I would have done it. And they said to him, well, why don't you just go wash in the river? So he did. And of course, after the 7th washing, he was free of leprosy. He was clean. I looked at my granddaughter and I said, if God said to do something really hard to fix this problem at school, would you do it? And she said, yeah. I said, then why can't we just pray? And she goes, okay. I got the names of all the kids that were picking on her. And I made it a point every morning to pray for them. And I told her she needed to pray too, because where 2 or 3 are gathered. And so we did. We diligently prayed. And after a couple of months, I checked back with her and I said, how's it going at school? And she goes, great. And I said, are the kids still bullying you? And she goes, oh no, they're not. It's like she had that God had just slowly taken care of it and it was no longer an issue. What is hard about praying? It's the easiest thing you can do to reach the help you need.